It's Tuesday, April 6th, 1971, opening day, as the Cleveland Indians open at Tiger Stadium. Truth be told, this is the last Indians opening day that I have no memory of. The Indians last year were going for a second place finish, but they kind of faded in September, losing 10 of their last 13 games, and let the Yankees slip ahead of them, so the Indians finished in third place. They are trying to improve on that this year. They made one major trade during the offseason. They traded Duke Sims to the Los Angeles Dodgers for pitchers Alan Foster and Ray Lamb. Indians face the Tigers today. Billy Martin making his debut as the Tigers manager. And his team has already sustained a major injury in spring training. During the league championship series last year, right after Martin was announced as the new Tigers manager, they swung a major deal with Washington, where they traded Elliot Maddox, Denny McLain, Norm McCray, and Don Wirt to the Senators for Ed Brinkman, Joe Coleman, Jim Hannon, and Aurelio Rodriguez. During spring training on March 27th against St. Louis, Ted Sizemore hit a line drive back to the mound that hit Coleman in the head, and he suffered from a fractured skull. He had surgery and was hospitalized, but during his hospitalization, reported on having no dizziness or no headaches. So they're hoping that he could come off the disabled list sometime at the end of April or early May. In order to replace Coleman, they worked a deal with Minnesota to acquire Bill Zepp. Zepp had an excellent rookie year with Minnesota last year, but he did not pitch at all in the league championship series, and he had a really bad World Series. So the Twins were afraid that that might affect him, and then Zepp told them that if he wasn't a wasn't able to be sent to the Tigers, that he would retire. Zepp is a Detroit native, and he wanted to pitch for the home team. And then the day after acquiring Zepp, they made a trade with the Mets and received Dean Chance, who spent most of last season with Cleveland and had a pretty good season with them. That may be to make up for the loss of Denny McLain. Now the starting lineup for the Cleveland Indians. Leading off is the shortstop, Larry Brown. Batting second to third baseman, Greg Nettles. Batting third, the left fielder, Roy Foster. Batting fourth, the catcher, Ray Fosse. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Ken Harrelson. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Eddie Leone. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Ted Ford. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Buddy Bradford. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Steve Hargan. Chilly day at Tiger Stadium. It is 63 degrees and the wind speed is 21 miles per hour in from right center field. The sun is out, but it's a chilly and blustery day.
Play ball.
The Tigers' defense will line up as Jim Northrup at first base. This is his first time ever in his major league career playing first base. Dick McAuliffe at second base. Ed Brinkman over at shortstop. Aurelio Lopez at third. Willie Horton in left field. Mickey Stanley in center. Al Kaline in right. Bill Freehan catching, and on the mound is Mickey Lolich. Mickey Lolich is a fastball pitcher. Last season he made 39 starts. He went 12 and 18 with a 1.470 whip and a 4.52 earned run average. Mayo Smith had managed the Tigers for the past 4 years, and they had 3 years of being in pennant contention, and last year they slipped down to 5th place. And Mayo Smith, you can't really say he was fired, and you can't really say he resigned. His contract ran out, and it wasn't extended. He's joined the Tigers front office and as a part-time scout now.
Lilich.
Leading off is Larry Brown. Larry Brown went into spring training expecting to be the backup shortstop, but Jack Heidemann developed a sore arm, and that affected both his hitting and his fielding. So he is starting the season down in Wichita. For about the last year and a half, the Oakland Athletics have been trying to acquire Larry Brown. The new manager of the A's, Dick Williams, seems particularly intent on obtaining Brown, so they are still trying to work out a deal for them. The Indians, for the last 2 years, they've been trying to acquire Frank Howard, and they're still negotiating with Washington for him, so we'll see. Here we go. Lich is ready, and here's the first pitch of the 1971 season. Curveball at the knee, strike one. Inside, ball one. Inside the curveball as well. Ball two. Brown hits a base hit in the right field. Kaline is up with it.
Number 12, Greg Nettles.
Here's Greg Nettles. He came over from the Twins last season in the Louis Tiant deal. He came over with Ted Uhlaender. And he appeared in 153 games with the Indians last year. He had 238, had 28 home runs, and 79 runs batted in. He got off to a really slow start with the bat, but he really picked it up. And he is one of the best defensive third basemen in the American League and possibly in all of baseball right now. Lolich checks the runner at first. Curveball. Grounder to third. Rodriguez up with it. To throw to second. Throw to first. Not in time.
Fielder, number 27, Roy Foster.
Roy Foster. He had an excellent rookie year with Cleveland last year. He had some injury problems. He appeared in 117 games. Batted .263. He had 19 home runs and 66 runs batted in. So he is starting his second season. It's Grounder up the middle. McAuliffe tosses to Brinkman. The first. Double play.
Pitching for Cleveland, number 34, Steve Hargan. Leading off for Detroit, second baseman, number 3, Dick McAuliffe.
It was a 4-6-3 double play. No runs, one hit, no errors, no one left. Played a half inning. Cleveland nothing. Detroit coming to bat. Detroit's starting lineup will be as follows. Dick McAuliffe at second base. Batting second is the right fielder, Al Kaline. Batting third, the first baseman, Jim Northrup. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Willie Horton. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Aurelio Rodriguez. Batting sixth, the catcher, Bill Freehan. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Mickey Stanley. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Ed Brinkman. Batting ninth, the pitcher, Mickey Lolich. On defense, Cleveland lines up with Ken Harrelson at first. The Hawk has been really injury plagued since he came over to Cleveland. This is his first opening day with the Indians. Second base is Eddie Leon. At shortstop, Larry Brown. Third base is Greg Nettles. Roy Foster in left. Buddy Bradford in center. Ted Ford in right. Ray Fosse catching, and on the mound is Steve Hargan. Hargan's a fastball pitcher. Hargan got off to a good start with Cleveland in 1966. He won 15-6. Then he had 3 years in a row where he had arm trouble. He went 9-21 in 67, 7-11 in 68, 3-18 in 69. Then he had arm surgery after the 69 season. Last year, he made a couple starts in April, and then he was sent down to Wichita to work out his arm difficulties. He came back on July 18th and pitched probably the most impressive game of his career. The Indians were in Kansas City. Elvin Dark had told him he wanted him to try to go at least 7 innings. Didn't want to rush things. And starting at about the 8th inning, they were asking Hargan, you want to come out? He said, no, my arm feels loose. It feels loose. Game went into extra innings. Hargan threw a 13-inning complete game. He threw 140 pitches, of which 108 of those were strikes. Indians won the game in 13 innings, 2-1. Hargan pitched well. He kind of faded in September. He lost 5 games in September. And his one-loss record for last season ended up being 7-9, and he had a 3.54 ERA. And leading off for the Tigers is Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe last season hit 244. He had 21 home runs and 70 runs batted in. He played in 156 games last year. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Curveball. He's a little liner to second
Right
base.
fielder, number 6.
Right to Leon.
Al
1 out.
Collin.
Here is Al Kaline.
Kaline.
Al Kaline. Last season, he had 283. He had 18 home runs and 76 runs batted in. He has 2,648 hits. He is a good candidate to reach 3,000 hits. He also has 390 home runs, so he should reach 4,400 home runs this season. He appeared in 140 games last year. He is 37 years old. He has been a Tiger regular since 1954. He was a bonus baby signed in 1953. He has never appeared in the minors. He became a regular in 1954 when he was 20 years old. The 2-1 pitch. It's base hit in the right field.
First baseman,
Tosses back
number
in.
5, Jim Northrup.
Yep, this is Jim Northrup's first time ever playing first base in the major leagues. Last year he had 261, 16 home runs, and 71 runs batted in. Runner on first, 1 out. That's low, ball 1. Wing and a miss, strike 1. High and away, ball 2. Gets a fly ball to right field. Ted Ford is under it, and he's got it. 2 outs.
Left fielder, number 23, Willie Horton.
Here is Willie Horton. Horton had an injury-plagued season last year. He appeared in only 91 games, but he had 318 with 19 home runs and 66 runs batted in. Ball 1. Strike 1. Inside, ball 2. Grounder to third. Nettles up with it. Throw to first. 3 outs.
Catcher, number 8, Ray Fosse.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 1 inning in Detroit. No score. Leading off for the Indians in the second is Ray Fosse. He'll be followed by Ken Harrelson and Eddie Leon. Last season in his rookie year, Ray Fosse hit .315. He had 20 home runs, 65 runs batted in. He appeared in 106 games. Broken finger ended his season in August of last year. He was a starting catcher in the All-Star game last year. And speaking of the All-Star game, this year it will be played here at Tiger Stadium. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to Brinkman. He boots it.
First baseman, number 40, Ken Harrelson.
It's an error on Brinkman. Here is Ken Harrelson, the Hawk. Broke his ankle in spring training last year, so he didn't appear in the Indians lineup until September 1st. In 22 games, he had 286 with 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. Since coming over to Cleveland at the beginning of the 1969 season, he has only appeared in 68 games. This will be his 69th game that he played for with the Indians. Harrelson was saying before the game that because of all the time he missed, he doesn't feel like he has his fine mental edge yet. But he also said that he is very impressed with the spirit of the team, especially among the young players. He thinks this team has a good shot to be winners this year. And Alvin Dark said that he intends to play every game this season as if it's Game 7 of the World Series. So here's the Hawk. Ball 1. Too low. Ball 2. He tips that one back. Strike 1. It's fly ball to center. Mickey Stanley drifting back, and he's got it. 1 out.
Second baseman, number 24, Eddie Leon.
Here is Eddie Leon. Came up to the Indians in the middle of the 1969 season, and he played practically the whole season last year. He appeared in 160 games. He had 253. He had 15 home runs and 73 runs batted in. He is a good young player. Ted Ford's on deck. Fastball, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. High and outside, ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The 2-2 pitch. Ball 3, full count. Low and outside, ball 4.
Right fielder, number 22, Ted Ford.
Ted Ford, he appeared in 37 games with the Indians last year. He had 181 with 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. Buddy Bradford's on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Too low, gets past Freeman. Freeman freehand. And that'll be a pass ball. Fossey takes third. Leon takes second. 1 out. The Indians have 2 runners in scoring position now. Ted Ford up. They could take an early lead here. The 1-1 pitch. Caught the corner. Strike 2.
Strike 3.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Fielder, number 25, Buddy Bradford.
Here is Buddy Bradford. He came over to the Indians at the trade deadline last season from the Chicago White Sox. He came over with Tommy Sisk and the Indians traded Bob Miller and Barry Moore to Chicago. With the Indians, he appeared in 65 games last year. He had 223. He had 13 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Buddy Bradford, he is a lifetime 226 hitter. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Fly ball down the left field line, but that is foul. Makes the seats. The 0-1 pitch. Low, ball 1. 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. He fouls it back. Strike 2. Full count. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Fouls it back. Count remains full. It's fly ball to right field. K-line coming in. He's got it. 3 outs.
Baseman, number 4, Aurelio Rodriguez.
Indians had no runs. No hits, 1 error, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. It'll be Rodriguez, Freehan, and Mickey Stanley in the second inning. Here's Aurelio Rodriguez. He came over from Washington. He was traded from the Angels to Washington last year. With Washington, he hit 245. He had 25 home runs and 80 runs batted in. He had come over to the Washington from California, where he had a reputation of being difficult and impossible to coach. They said he only wanted to pull the ball. Ted Williams said, "I like the way he swings. Let me work with him." He didn't have the best batting average, but he did mature into a spray hitter, though, under Williams' tutelage. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hits a liner to first. Right at Harrelson.
Catcher, number 11, Bill Freehan.
And Rodriguez is in some pain. The trainer's coming out. They are walking him back to the dugout, so we shall see what's happening with him. Here is Bill Freehan. Tigers catcher since 1963. Last season he had 214. 14 home runs, 53 runs batted in. He had an off year at the plate last year. He is considered, though, one of the better fielding catchers in the game. The 1-1 pitch. It's base hit into center. Rounding first. He slides into second with a double.
24, Mickey Stanley.
Here's Mickey Stanley. Last season, he had 222 with 12 home runs and 57 runs batted in. Ed Brinkman's on deck. Ball 1. Ball 2. 1 out. Runner on second. 2-0 pitch. Hits a chopper to third. Nettles up with it. Throws first for the out. And
Shortstop,
Freehan
number
advances to
8,
third.
Ed Brinkman.
Here is Ed Brinkman. He's also over from Washington. He was one of Ted Williams' prize pupils in Washington. After batting averages of 182, 218, 208, and 164, in 1969 under Williams, he had 275, and in 1970, he had 272. He had 4 home runs and 56 runs batted in. He went from being good field, no hit to good field, pretty good hitter. Runner on third, 2 outs. Ball 1. Hargan is not sharp today. 27 pitches, and 14 of those have been for balls. Strike 1 called. It's going right back to the box. Hargan's up with it and throws him out.
Pitcher, number 34, Steve Hargan.
No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We have played 2 in Detroit. No score. Yesterday, there were 3 games for the season opener, the presidential opener in Washington. The Senators beat the Oakland A's 3-2. Reggie Jackson hit a 2-run homer for Oakland. In Cincinnati, the Braves beat the Reds 7-1. And last night at the Astrodome, the Dodgers beat the Astros 4-1. Here is Steve Hargan. He did with the bat last year. He had 125. He had no home runs and no runs batted in. He has never hit a home run in his career. He has a career batting average of 123. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball. Hits a bouncer to third. Dalton Jones is up with it.
Shortstop, Larry Brown.
1 out. Dalton Jones is coming to third, coming to replace Aurelio Rodriguez at third. No report yet on Rodriguez's injury. Here is Larry Brown, who's 1 for 1 today. He singled his last time up. The Indians' first hit of the season. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Slow roller to second. McAuliffe to his right has it. Throws him out.
Greg Nettles.
Greg Nettles 0 for 1. He grounded into a force play in the first inning. 3-2 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Brinkman to his left has it.
Pitcher,
Throws him out.
Number 29, Mickey Lilich.
Nothing across for the Indians in the top of the third. Go to the bottom of the third. No score. Here is Mickey Lolich. Last season, Lolich hit 114. No home runs. He had 1 run batted in. Like Hargan, he has never hit a career home run. Lolich hits a grounder to short. Larry Brown is up with it. Throw to first. 1 out.
Second baseman, Dick McAuliffe.
McAuliffe's 0 for 1 today. He lined to the second baseman last time up. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball in the left field.
Right fielder, Al Kaline.
Foster catches that line drive perfectly. You had him. He was perfectly positioned for that one. Here is Al Kaline. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. 1-1 pitch. It's a base hit in the left field. Kaline remains perfect for the day.
Jim Northrop.
Northrop's 0 for 1. He flied out to the right fielder last time up. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Ball 1. Fly ball into center field. Bradford coming in. He's got it. 3 outs.
Left fielder, Roy Foster.
No runs. 1 hit, no errors. 1 left. We've played 3. No score. Let's take a look around the league. We got a bunch of opening days today. And tonight there'll be some opening days out on the West Coast. In Pittsburgh, bottom of the 4th, Phillies and Pirates, no score. That is Chris Short against Doc Ellis. Bottom of the 3rd at Fenway. It is the Yankees 1, the Red Sox 1. That is Stan Bonson against Ray Culp. And the top of the 3rd at Shea Stadium, it is the Mets 1. The Expos nothing. That is Tom Seaver against Carl Morton. Here's Roy Foster, who's 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play last time up. The 3-2 pitch. Too low, ball 4.
Catcher, Ray Fosse.
Ray Fosse's 0 for 1. He was safe on an error in the 2nd inning. Lolich gets set. There goes Foster. Freehands throws into center field. And Foster takes 3rd. Brandon Foster with a stolen base, and Freehand with an error. That pitch was called a strike. So Ray Fosse's an 0-1 count. Nobody out. Runner on 3rd. It's base hit in the right field. Foster scores. And the Indians
First
take a 1-0
baseman,
lead.
Ken Harrelson.
Here's Ken Harrelson. He flied out his last time up. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Ball 1. It's a high fly ball to left field. Horton going back near the corner. He's got it. And Fosse retreats
Second
back
baseman,
to first.
Eddie Leon.
Here is Eddie Leon. He walked last time up. Lolich checks first. The pitch. There goes Fosse. Freehand throws a second. He's safe. Stolen base number 1 for Fosse. That wasn't even close. Pitch was called a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on 2nd, 1 out. Curveball, ball 1. It's a ground ball to first. Northrop up with it. Underhands to Lolich. He's out. Fosse takes
Right
3rd.
fielder,
2 outs.
Ted Ford.
4th inning in Pittsburgh, the Pirates have taken a 1-0 lead over the Phillies. Ted Ford's 0 for 1. He struck out last time up. It was an identical situation. 2 outs, runner on 3rd. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Too high, ball 1. Fly ball down the left field line. Horton in the corner, and he's got it for the out.
Left fielder.
One
Willie
run, one
Horton.
hit, one error, one left. We're in the bottom of the fourth. It is the Indians 1, the Tigers nothing. Willie Horton, Dalton Jones, and Bill Freehan will bat for the Tigers in the fourth. Horton is 0 for 1. He grounded to Nettles last time up. The 0-2 pitch. Deep fly ball down the left field line. Foster going back, and it's gone. Or it's off the wall.
Third baseman.
Man, that looked to me
number
like it was
2,
going to be a home run.
Dalton Jones.
That's a double for Willie Horton. Here is Dalton Jones. Came over to Detroit from the Red Sox last season. He saw limited action with Detroit. 43 games, he batted 146. He had 2 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Runner on second, no one out. Too high, ball 1. Fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Too high, ball 2. It's base hit in the left field.
Catcher. Bill Freehan.
Foster came up throwing to third. Trying to get Horton, but Horton held at third. And they weren't able to catch him off the bag. Here is Bill Freehan, who is 1 for 1 today. He doubled in the second. Tigers have something going here. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Fly ball down the left field line. Foster's after it, but it makes the seats. Ball 1. Vada Pinson's a little upset. He's got a sore knee right now and had to miss the game. He's got Ted Ford stepping in for him. Too high. Ball 2. Caught the corner. Strike 2. It's a blooper in the center field. Base hit. Horton scores. Bradford's up with it. Jones will hold it second,
Center
and the
fielder,
Tigers tie the game.
Stanley.
Here is Mickey Stanley's 0 for 1. He grounded to third last time up. That caught the black. Strike 1. Low and outside, ball 1. He caught a piece of that one. Strike 2. Curveball. He fouled that one back. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Too high. Ball three. Full count. Still nobody out. Ball four. Indians are going to get some action going in the bullpen. Vince Colbert will be getting up.
Shortstop, Ed Brinkman.
Nobody out. Bases loaded. Ball one. Too high. Grounder down the third base line, but it's foul. 1-1. It's a fly ball. Right field. Ford is there. He's got it. Dalton Jones tags
Pitcher,
up.
Mickey Lilich.
And the Tigers take a 2-1 lead. Here is Mickey Lolich. He is 0 for 1. He grounded to the shortstop last time out. He is an excellent bunter. Corners are in. Play him against the bunt. He squares the bunt and misses. Strike one. Ball. Tried to bunt that one. He fouled it back. Strike two. Pops it up. Fosse's after it. But it makes the seats. Count remains 0-2. Fastball. Strike
Second
three
baseman,
called.
Dick McAuliffe.
First strikeout of the game for Hargan. Here's Dick McAuliffe, who's 0 for 2. He lined to second and lined to left. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Pops it up. Third base side. Nettles is after it. But it makes the seats. Curveball low. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Too high. Ball 2. Strike 2 called. It's a grounder up the middle. Leone to his right. Has it. Throw to first.
Center
3
fielder,
outs.
Buddy Bradford.
Runs, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. We played 4 innings in Detroit. It is Detroit 2, Cleveland 1. It'll be Bradford, Hargan, and Brown. Bradford is 0 for 1. He flied to shallow right. His last time up. 1-2 pitch.
Pitcher,
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Hargan.
Strikeout number 2 for Lolich. Here is Steve Hargan, who's 0 for 1. He grounded to third last time up. 1-2 pitch.
Shortstop, Larry.
Swing and a
Brown.
miss. Strike 3. Here is Larry Brown, who's 1 for 2. He singled to right center in the first and grounded to second in the third. And turning off the narrator, I wanted to see how that would work, and I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. I think this may be better. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Lolich strikes out the side. Nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is an official game at Tiger Stadium. Detroit leads 2-1. For Detroit in the 5th will be Al Kaline, Jim Northrup, and Willie Horton. Al Kaline's having a perfect day so far. He is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. The 1-2 pitch. Hits a high fly ball to left center field. Bradford is there, and he's got it. 1 out. It's Jim Northrup, who's 0 for 2. He flied to right and flied to left center. 2-0 pitch. It's a high fly in left field. Foster going back. That is gone. Home run. Number 1 for Jim Northrup. And the Tigers take a 3-1 lead. That went 358 feet. Think about Tiger Stadium. The Indians have never seemed to play particularly well here. Even back like in the 40s and 50s. But Tiger Stadium is like Fenway Park or Wrigley Field. A lead here is seldom secure. Here is Willie Horton, who is 1 for 2 today. He grounded to third and doubled in the fourth. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Here is Dalton Jones. He is 1 for 1. He singled the fourth. He came in to replace the injured Aurelio Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Strike 2 called. The 0-2 pitch. Too high. Ball 1. Up the middle. Brown. To his left. Steps on second. To first. Double play. 1 run. 1 hit. No errors. No one left. At the end of 5, it is Cleveland 3, Detroit 1. For Cleveland in the 6th, it will be Greg Nettles, Roy Foster, and Ray Fosse. Colbert is back warming up in the bullpen. Greg Nettles is 0 for 2 today. He grounded into a force play in the first and grounded it short in the third. Fly ball center field. Stanley back. It is gone. Home run into the deepest center field. 381 feet. First home run of the season for Greg Nettles. And that cuts the Tigers' lead to 3-2. Here is Roy Foster, who's 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play in the first and walked in the fourth. The 1-2 pitch. 3, caught the inside corner. Strikeout number 5 for Lolich. Here's Ray Fosse, who is 1 for 2. He was safe on an error in the second. He singled in the fourth, driving in Roy Foster. 2-2 pitch. 3 called. That's strikeout number 6 for Mickey Lolich. Here is Ken Harrelson. The Hawk is 0 for 2. He flied to right center in the second. He flied deep down the left field line in the fourth. I think his timing is off just a fraction. The 1-2 pitch, fastball. Caught the corner, strike 3. One run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Detroit 3, Cleveland 2. For the Tigers, in 6th will be Bill Freehan, Mickey Stanley, and Ed Brinkman. Bill Freehan's perfect today, 2 for 2. He doubled in the 2nd, and he singled in the 4th. Willie Horton scored on that single. That tied the game 1-1 in the 4th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Beats it into right field. He is perfect today, 3 for 3. Here is Mickey Stanley, who was 0 for 1. He grounded 3rd in the 2nd, and he walked in the 4th. That walk in the 4th loaded the bases. First pitch, fastball. It's a fly ball in the left field. It's a shallow fly. Roy Foster is there. He's got it. He made a nice running catch on that. 1 out. Here is Ed Brinkman, who is 0 for 1. He grounded to the pitcher. 2nd. And he flied to deep right center in the 4th. Sacrifice fly. That scored Dalton Jones and put Detroit up 2-1. Ball 1. Wing and a miss. Strike 1. Gage. It's a slow roller. Back to the mound. Hargan throws it first. He's safe. Hargan had to wait for that ball. And Brinkman was able to leg it out. Here is Mickey Lolich, who is 0 for 2. He grounded to the shortstop in the 3rd and struck out in the 4th. They're playing him the bunt. He is an excellent bunter. Lolich may be the last hitter that Hargan faces. Bunts it on the ground. Harrelson has it to throw to 3rd. They get Freehan. No throw to 1st. Here comes Elvin Dark, and that's going to be all for Steve Hargan. Coming in to pitch is Vince Colbert. Hargan pitched 5 2/3 innings. He gave up 9 hits. 3 runs, all earned, but there are 2 runners on base that are his responsibility. He gave up 1 home run. He walked 2, and he struck out 1. It's Vince Colbert coming in to pitch. Colbert's a fastball pitcher. Last season, he appeared in 21 games for Cleveland. He had 21 2/3 innings pitched. He had a record of 0-2 with 1 save and an ERA of 6.23. This is his first season that he was on the opening day roster. Here is Dick McAuliffe, who is 0 for 3. Line to 2nd in the 1st. Line to left in the 3rd. Grounded to 2nd in the 4th. Comes on 1st and 2nd. 2 outs. Breaking ball hit the outside corner. Strike 1. High and outside, ball 1. 2. They're a little late on that call. Low, ball 2. 2-2 pitch. Kala fouls it back. Strike two. See, my pronunciation gaffes have not improved during the off season. Here's the 2-2 pitch. I believe Vince Scully would call this deuces wild. Two men on, two balls, two strikes, two outs. Fastball checks his swing, but it's at the belt. Strike three call. No runs, two hits, no errors, two left. We played six complete. It is Detroit 3, Cleveland 2. Detroit has 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. They've left 7 on base. Cleveland has 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They've left 3 men on base. For the Indians in the 7th, it will be Leone, Ford, and Bradford. Eddie Leone is 0 for 1. He walked in the 2nd, and he grounded to first, in the 4th. That advanced Ray Fosse to 3rd. The 0-2 pitch. It's grounder to first. Northrup is up with it, and he steps on first for the out. 1 out. Here is Ted Ford. He is starting in place of Veda Pinson, who was a late scratch from the starting lineup today. He's having trouble with his knee. Might be available for pinch hitting duties. But as far as being in the starting lineup, he is day for day, day to day. 0 for 2. He struck out in the 2nd and fly down the left field line in the 4th. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 8 for Mickey Lolich. And here is Buddy Bradford, who's 0 for 2. Applied the shell all right in the 2nd. Struck out in the 5th. 2-0 pitch. Hit on the ground. Back to the box. Lolich is up with it. Go to first to retire the side. Nothing across for Cleveland. In the top of the 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It is Detroit 3, Cleveland 2. And let's take a look around the league again. Several more opening days being played. Bottom of the 8th in Pittsburgh. Pirates lead the Phillies 3-0. Lee Stargell hit his first home run. That is Doc Ellis against Darrell Brandon. Top of the 8th at Fenway Park. The Red Sox lead the Yankees 3-2. That's Ray Culp against Stan Bonson. Top of the 7th at Shea Stadium. Mets 2, Expos nothing. Tom Seaver against Carl Mortensen. Top of the 5th in Minnesota. The defending champs take on the Brewers. They're tied 1-1. And Smith hit his first home run of the year for Milwaukee. That is Jim Perry against Marty Patton. And the top of the 5th at Wrigley Field. The Cubs lead the Cardinals 2-0. That is Fergie Jenkins. Last year's Cy Young Award winner in the National League against Bob Gibson. For the Tigers in the bottom of the 7th, it'll be Al Kaline, Jim Northrup, and Willie Horton. Al Kaline is 2 for 3. He singled in the 1st, singled in the 3rd. Applied to deep left center in the 5th. Colbert with the 1-2 pitch. It's a ground ball to first. Harrelson's up with it. He'll take it himself. 1 out. Jim Northrup, he's 1 for 3 today. He flied to right in the 1st. Flied to center in the 3rd. And he hit a solo home run in the 5th. That put the Tigers up 3-1. Colbert with the 3-1 pitch. It's a slow roller to short. Brown up with it. Go to first. 2 outs. And here's Willie Horton, who is 1 for 2. He grounded to third in the first, doubled in the fourth, and walked in the fifth. The 0-2 pitch from Colbert. Fly ball down the left field line. Foster in the corner, and he's got it at the wall. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We have played 7 at Tiger Stadium. It is Detroit 3, Cleveland 2. Coming in to take over at first base for the Tigers is Ike Brown. Billy Martin wants to shore up his defense a little bit. For the Indians, it will be Colbert, Brown, and Nettles. They're calling Colbert back and setting up a pinch hitter. Pinch hitting, making his major league debut, will be number 10, Gomer Hodge. We'll have a little bit more of Gomer Hodge's backstory a little bit in the future. Hodge making his major league debut. Here's Lolich with the 0-1 pitch. Hodge hits a slow roller to short. Brinkman's up with it. Throw to first. Bang, bang play. He's out. 1 out. Here is Larry Brown, who's 1 for 3. He singled in the center. He singled the center in the first to start the game. He grounded to second and third and struck out in the fifth. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for Mickey Lolich. Here is Greg Nettles, who's 1 for 3 today. He grounded into a force play in the first, grounded to short in the third, and he hit a solo home run in the sixth, closing the Tigers' lead to 3-2. And that's where we're at right now. It's base hit in a right field. Makes it all the way to the wall. This will be extra bases. Nettles is standing at second with a double. Well, it's the tying run is in scoring position, and here is Roy Foster, who's 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play in the first, walked in the fourth, and struck out in the sixth. Fastball. He fouled it back. Strike. Ray Fosse's on deck. If they could get to Fosse, last year, he was really their go-to guy when they really needed a hit. The 0-1 pitch. Pop up third base side. Jones is after it, but it makes the seats. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Who else? Shakes off the sick. It's a fly ball in the right field. K-Line going back near the track, and he's got it. 3 outs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Detroit 3, Cleveland 2. Coming in a pitch and making his major league debut, Ken Mossman. Making his major league debut, he will face Dalton Jones, Bill Freehan, and Mickey Stanley. Dalton Jones is 1 for 2 today. He came in to replace the injured Aurelio Rodriguez. He singled in the 4th and grounded into a double play in the 5th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a grounder to 3rd. Nettles is up with it. Throw to 1st. 1 out. Here is Bill Freehan. He's having a perfect day at the plate. 3 for 3. Doubled in the 2nd. Singled in the 4th, driving in a run, and singled in the 6th. The 2-2 pitch. Blooped in the left field. Base hit. He is 4 for 4 today. Buster got a late break on that. That's one that somebody like Ted Ullander, Veda Pinson might have been able to come up with. 1 out, runner on 1st. Here's Mickey Stanley, who's 0 for 2. Grounded out in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, flied out in the 6th. Fly ball down the left field line. Foster's after it, but it makes the seats. It's a grounder to 3rd. Nettles to Leone at 2nd. There'll be no throw to 1st. 2 outs. Runner on 1st. Here is Eddie Brinkman, who is 1 for 2. He grounded to the pitcher in the 2nd. Hit a sacrifice fly in the 4th. And singled on the infield in the 6th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Low, ball 1. It's base hit in the left field. Stanley holds at 2nd. Runners on 1st and 2nd. 2 outs. Here's Mickey Lolich. Bossy goes to confer with his pitcher. Lolich is 0 for 3. Grounded to short in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th, and bunted into a force play in the 6th. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike. Low, ball 1. Marchmel's a fastball pitcher. Throws a little bit harder than Hargan. Outside, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 call. 2-2 pitch. Just outside, ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. 3 call. Works his way out of that jam. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We played 8. It is Detroit 3, Cleveland 2. For Cleveland in the 9th, it will be Ray Fosse, Ken Harrelson, and Eddie Leone. Ray Fosse is 1 for 3. He was safe on an error in the second. Singled in the fourth, driving in Roy Foster. And he struck out in the sixth. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Strike three. That is strikeout number 10 for Mickey Lolich. Here is Ken Harrelson, who's 0 for 3. He flied the right center in the second. Flied deep down the left field line in the fourth. And struck out in the sixth. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike three. That is strikeout number 11 for Lolich. Cleveland is down to its last out. And pinch hitting for Eddie Leon is Ted Ullin. Ted Ullander last season with the Indians hit .292. He had 14 home runs and 62 runs batted in. Two outs, nobody out. The 1-2 pitch. It's a roller. The third, Jones up with it to throw to first, and that's the ball game. The Tigers win today 3-2. I will be right back with the highlights. For Detroit, it was 3 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. And they left 9 men on base. Cleveland had 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. Mickey Lolich gets the win. He is 1-0. And Steve Hargan takes a loss. He is 0-1. Star of the game today is Mickey Lolich. Bill Freehan led the hitters. He was 4 for 4 today with a double. Jim Northrup was 1 for 4 with a home run for the Tigers. Greg Nettles led the Indians. He was 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. Indians scored the first run. In the 4th inning, they took a 1-0 lead when Ray Fosse singled. And that scored Roy Foster. But then in the bottom of the 4th, Detroit sent 7 batters to the plate. They scored 2 runs on 3 hits. Freehan singled, scoring Horton to tie the score. And then Ed Brinkman hit a sacrifice fly. Give Detroit a 2-1 lead. Tigers increased their lead in the 5th when Jim Northrup hit a solo home run that put it Detroit 3, Cleveland 1. And Greg Nettles hit a solo home run in the 6th to cut the Tigers' lead at 3-2, but that was all the scoring. Mickey Lolich had a nice game today. Pitched 9 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He gave up 1 home run. He walked 2, and he struck out 11. Let's see what the time of the game was. Time of the game was 2 hours and 45 minutes. Chilly day in Detroit. Word from Clubhouse is that Aurelio Rodriguez is expected to Miss about a week. All right, we'll take a timeout. I will update the other scores. Around the league, Pittsburgh beat Philadelphia 3-0. Doc Ellis threw a two-hitter. Yankees came back and beat the Red Sox 7-3. They scored three. Yankees scored three in the eighth and two in the ninth. At Shea, Montreal lost to the Mets 3-2. Minnesota beat Milwaukee 4-2. And the Cubs defeated the Cardinals 6-1. Later on tonight, the Dodgers face the Astros in the second game of that series, and then San Diego opens their season at home against the Giants, and the Angels open at home against Kansas City. This is Tuesday, April 6th. The Indians are off tomorrow. They go to Cleveland, where they play the home opener on Thursday against the Red Sox. Then they'll be off on Friday in case there's a postponement of Thursday's opener. And then they have a Saturday and Sunday game against Boston. And then next week, coming into Cleveland, will be Baltimore and then Washington. And once again, our final score here from Tiger Stadium on opening day is Detroit 3, Cleveland 2. I hope you enjoyed this game, and thank you for watching.